Hello, listeners, and welcome to episode 94 of the Nigeria Football Weekly podcast with me, your host, Oluoke. And yes, it don't happen. It finally happened. The Super Eagles beat the Benin Republic, the Cheetahs of Benin Republic 3-0 yesterday in the Africa Cup of Nations first group game qualifier. So shout out to Nigeria. So we're just going to be doing a quick review of the game and then doing a quick preview of the Rwanda game. So without any further ado, what's happened? The Super Eagles recorded our biggest win over Benin Republic in 33 years, basically since 1991, in a 3-0 victory in Uyo yesterday, courtesy of 2 goals by Ballon d'Or nominee Ademola Lookman, and also 1 goal, his 22nd goal for Nigeria, or I think his 23rd goal by Victor Osimhen for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. So, first of all, we have to give a big shout out to Eguavon. You know, his first game in his 4th stint in charge, and it has to be said that, putting in context how big a result this is, with it being our biggest result over Benin in 33 years, he must be commended. So, how did Nigeria play? Eguavon moved to a back 3 for the first time in his most recent stints as Nigeria coach, going with the back 3 that played at AFCON: Ajayi, Trus Ekong, and Bassi. Nwabali also started in goal as we anticipated. Ndidi and Iwobi continued in midfield. We know Ndidi missed AFCON, so in AFCON it was Ndidi and it was Iwobi and Oyeka, but Ndidi played with Iwobi, which is not surprising. Ola Aino and Bruno Yemachi were our wing backs for the game, and then we saw a forward line of Ademola Lookman on the left wing, Chukwueze on the right wing, and Victor Boniface down the middle. As for our opponents, Steve Mounier started as the striker. Junior Laiton played as the left winger. They had Tosin Ayegun, also a dual national, playing as the right winger. And then we saw Imorane and Duku in the center of the park with Almeida. And then Huntojni, Verdon, Mumini, and Kiki in the defense. This game was really tight in the first half, but to be fair, one of the things that really pleased me about this game was the control Nigeria had for most of this game. You can't really say Nigeria was really threatened, especially in the first half. There was a period in the second half where we were under the cosh, to be fair, when it was still 1-0. But this is exactly what I said that we wanted to see from these games. We wanted to see decisiveness from Nigeria. We wanted to see Nigeria taking their chances. And boy, this is something that we saw from the quality from Lookman and Osimhen. So in the first half, we had a few chances here and there. To be honest, we dominated them. Lookman could have scored in the 14th minute. There was a nice ball played in by Chukwueze, which Lookman just went a bit too wide, and then he put it just wide when he could have squared it. We had a free kick hit the clip of the bar in the 26th minute. Onyemachi was an absolute menace in this game. Like, he constantly found himself in good positions towards the final third of Benin Republic, and he was able to put in very, very good crosses. He found Boniface at least twice in the first half, but Boniface was either too close to the goalkeeper or his touch let him down. We saw a yellow card for Bassi due to poor concentration in the 38th minute as well. And then we saw Nwabali save a free kick in the 40th minute. And then just before, on the stroke of halftime, Ademola Lookman got the ball, just charging, front-footed, went past 3 Benin Republic defenders. He got a bit lucky with one of the bounces, but then just the assertiveness to finish and put it in the bottom left corner. And it has to be said that that goal was very, very, very instrumental for Nigeria, because it allowed us to calm down. It settled the pressure. It put us on the front foot. And we have to also admit that if we'd gone in at 0-0 in the first half, that could have put an entirely different temperature to the game. So that Lookman goal was absolutely essential. In the second half, we saw Lookman get a yellow card. And between the 45th minute and I'll say to the 70th minute when Lookman came on, it was a bit of a back and forth game. You know, we saw Aino go down holding his knee, shook it off. Boniface had an ambitious shot from a tight angle that went over. You know, it could have been a big problem if the shot went on target. In the 65th minute, Chukwueze, Bassi, and Iwobi came off for Moses Simon, Olisanda, and Fisaya Delibashiru. And Fisaya Delibashiru and Moses Simon were able to inject some much needed energy to just finish the game and round up the game. Between the 65th minute and the 70th minute was probably the best spell Benin Republic had. Steve Mounier had 2 chances. First one from a pass from Olaiton that no defender was up to. Nwabali saved that, and then there was also a second shot in the box, which Nwabali was up to the task and saved quite impressively. So that was very good. Benin were then controlling the game, looking for an equalizer, but then in the 71st minute, we must give Eguavon praise for making the right substitutions as well. He took off Boniface and brought on Victor Osimhen. So once Osimhen came on, you could see the energy in the stadium rose up. Everybody's energy just went up. The rousing reception he got was just a testament to Victor Osimhen's work in the national team. And then after that, we were able to then get on the front foot again. Onyemachi initially lost the ball in the 73rd minute, but Ekong was able to block Olaiton's shot from the box. Ndidi then asked to be subbed off. He was probably just a bit tired, but thankfully, they didn't even let him come off, because 3 minutes later, what happened? Fisai Delebashiru charged with the ball, breaking through the lines, passed the ball to Wilfred Ndidi, and Wilfred Ndidi put the ball into the box. Shemi Ajayi was quite clever in terms of shielding the ball away from the Benin Republic defender, and then it went straight to Osimhen, who hit a volley into the ground, and it bounced and went straight into the top corner. Great finish from Victor Osimhen, and boy, didn't need that. It's his first game of any kind this season. He has not played in any game for Napoli, and just to see him feel the love and to get that result was really monumental in my opinion. So now Osimhen is now, I think, tied with Shego Digbami as Nigeria's top goal scorers. He's second, and the only person in front of him now is Rashidi Yekini, the late great Rashidi Yekini, I must add. In the 80th minute, we saw Didi come up for Franco Onyedika, which was good to see Onyedika come on. Osimhen had a one-on-one in 81st minute where he just lost his footing, to be fair. He could have easily got 2 or 3 goals in this game, which is quite interesting considering he came on for the final 20 minutes. And then in the 83rd minute, what happened? We saw a beautiful cross from Moses Simon. Moses Simon always playing well for Nigeria, to be fair. And he crossed it. And to show you the range of finishes Ademola Lookman had, he looped, the ball hit his head. I mean, he got a header, looping header over the Benin Republic goalkeeper, straight into the back of the net, and the game was done. Osimhen had yet another good chance, but he couldn't convert. But it's just nice to see the quality of our players that we have. And like I said, that decisiveness. At the end of the day, international football, teams don't have that much time to prepare with each other, but your individual quality must show. And boy, did we get that. Lookman and Osimhen have accounted for, apart from Ekong, probably 60-65% of the goals Nigeria have scored in the past year, whether that is in AFCON or even qualifiers with Osimhen back throughout last year. So really impressed to see. Overall thoughts on the game, very encouraging and positive. You know, really happy with the clean sheet as well. Also really good to see us playing on the front foot and taking it to a team that were better than on paper. You know, I really want Nigeria to continue to bully teams that are not our mates on paper. And boy, does it feel so good to see this happen in this first game under the Eguavon era. Also, shout out to everybody that listens to the podcast as a whole. You know that I was very positive, and I was looking forward to how this game could go. I've seen a few comments on my YouTube about some Nigerians, like they think I'm not happy Nigeria won because I put a few statements out about my concerns about Eguavon. Like, boy, I'm happy I was wrong. Like, thank God. You know, so very happy there. And remember, we're all quite proud of the Super Eagles, and long may it continue. It's our first 3-goal win since the Sao Tome game in September last year. But one thing to also call out is we must remain grounded. You know, Nigerians are making judgments after one game. You play well in one game, you're the best thing since sliced bread. You play bad in one game, you're the worst thing ever in the world. So let's just stay positive, keep the momentum, remain grounded, and take the game to Kigali where we play next. A few individual performances I wanted to call out. Of course, Ademola Lookman, our Ballon d'Or nominee. He just continues to be decisive for the Super Eagles, man. Like, what a player. Also, I want to call out Bruno Onyemachi. You know, he didn't play a single minute at AFCON, but the way he was able to perform in this game, you know, it really brought a smile to my face and showed, you know, his impact. I think his athleticism is unbelievable, and he's such a very good attacking wing back. So hopefully he'll get a few more chances. He should have got 2 assists if Boniface put the ball in the net. So I just wanted to call that out. I thought in general we saw very good performances from all over the pitch, to be honest. Even Chukwueze had one of his better games for Nigeria in a long time, consistently breaking through the lines and being able to penetrate beyond the Benin defense. So all in all, very good performance. The only slight negative, I'll say, Victor Boniface. Boniface looked like he's still trying to find his footing with the Super Eagles. I saw an anecdote on Twitter talking about with Boniface, maybe it's a case of, you know, being a better player in a system versus individual quality where Osimhen can show. But I think it's only a matter of time before Boniface is able to settle and finally score for the Super Eagles. But all in all, fantastic performance. Shout out to you, Augustin Eguavon, and hopefully the team can take this performance into the game against Rwanda. So what's the tail of the tape in the group? Nigeria's top of the table after one game. We have 3 points. Rwanda and Libya drew their game 1-1. I think it was 1-1. So they're second and third, and then Benin are fourth with 0 points. Next up for us, we play Rwanda on Tuesday, 2 p.m. Kickoff in Nigeria. So I believe that would be 3 p.m. in Kigali or 4 p.m. I'm not sure about the time difference there. But now that we've got a glimpse about what the national team will play, we expect Ego Avon to stick with the exact same lineup. The only change I would expect in this team is Boniface to come out for Victor Osimhen, but I would expect everybody else to start. We may see Moses Simon start for Chukwueze. I'm not sure, but look out for that one. But everybody else will start. Ajayi will start, Ekong will start, Basi will start, Nwabali will start, Olaino and Oyemachi will continue as the wing backs, and Didi and Iwobi should continue through the middle. So look out for that. Remember, Nigeria have never beaten Rwanda and Kigali yet. We've played 2 games, we've drawn both games. So it's an opportunity for us to set the marker and lay down the marker, because we also have to go back to Kigali next year for a World Cup qualifier against Rwanda, and we must win. So looking forward to this. I hope we continue to just maintain our discipline. It'll be a bit more hostile because we're going to be the away team, but that individual quality and brilliance should hopefully see us through in the game against Rwanda. So look out for that. In case anyone's listening to this podcast and didn't listen to the podcast last week, Rwanda are ranked 131st in the world. They're also ranked 39th in Africa. So let's be honest, we really have no excuse in this game. I've already spoken about their starting lineup and who we expect to play, but watch out for their striker, Innocent Nshuti. He scored in their last game and plays in the USA. Rwanda do not lose games at home, so really and truly, this is time for us to show them that we are really the giant of Africa and one of the best teams on the continent. So looking forward to this. And hopefully we will see Nigeria get 2 wins from 2. And it's, we just wish the team all the best. So my score prediction, before the 3-0 win against Benin Republic, I said my heart says 2-1, my head says 1-1. But now, to be honest with you, I have the confidence and I expect a routine 2-0 win here. So fingers crossed, Nigeria will win 2-0 against Rwanda. Other Nigerian news, shout out to our under-20 women. They beat Venezuela 4-0 last night. It was a comprehensive thrashing. It's a shame because it means they finished second behind Germany just on goal difference by 1. But we'll know who the Nigeria team opponents would be by tomorrow. And the good news is the game will be played on Friday in the round of 16. So look out for that one, and shout out to the Nigerian women's team. I think all around we've got very, very exciting things, but we'll see who we end up playing. The game will be literally on Thursday midnight, so 2 a.m. in the early morning on Friday. So it's likely we won't be able to see that one, but we'll of course provide the update of how that game goes in the next episode of the podcast. So wants to watch Rwanda versus Nigeria, Tuesday 2 p.m. Nigeria time. Be there, be squared, and fingers crossed the Nigerian national team will give us some more joy and make us happy again. Once again, just very, very happy, and see the feeling and the joy everybody has. So looking forward to the next game, and shout out to the Super Eagles, and may we roast Rwanda in that game on Tuesday. Until next time, I've been your host, Oluoke. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. And if you listen to this on any of our social streaming platforms, please remember to give us a like. Also, shout out to the tribe. Our last YouTube video is the most watched video we've had on YouTube in at least 2 years. So really, really appreciate every single listener. Keep running it up, keep liking, please subscribe and share the word, and we'll be back with you to provide the update on how the game against Rwanda goes. Until next time, take care and enjoy the game when Nigeria play against Rwanda. Ciao, ciao. Bye. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and click the bell to get a notification whenever we drop a video. You can also find our social media channels listed below. And of course, up Super Eagles, and Nigeria know they ever carry last.